Show us your tips. Daggy and Beaver back with you for a weekend preview, back to a night session. What's happening, Beaver?
Mate, plugging away, yes, into the night session. Looking forward to the weekends of racing. Sandown, back to Sandown, and also we've got Randwick again. So after probably what was a semi-tough weekend, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't a great weekend by any standards. So we'll just move on, hey? We'll put that in the rear vision mirror. Sandown's interesting because I think there's a couple of very good races that are going to be strong form races as we head into the Autumn Carnival. I don't know how, it's a bit more of a watch and learn meeting, but I think the form is going to hold up at least for the foreseeable future. I don't know what you made of that.
Yeah, I'm thinking and I'm hoping that's the case. Look, after a tough weekend last weekend, let's hope we get back to a little bit of normality with some of the way that the races played out and some of the winners easier to find.
For sure. I think Randwick, we might be able to pinpoint a couple there. But anyway, let's start in Melbourne, where, as I said, we're on the doorstep of the Festival of Racing as the good horses are just starting to roll in for the feature races. We're not far from the first Group 1 of the new year, but we're back to Sandown Lakeside here. First time it's been in place since last August. I've treated it as fair, but with Rail True, it can play leaderish throughout at times Sandown Lakeside. So bit of a concern on that, but we'll see how that pans out and monitor that pattern. We kick off with a benchmark 70, 1,400 metres, and you can take this one away.
Yeah, obviously you've got nothing you're very keen on here because you've given me first cab off the rank.
Yeah,
and
really.
Look, I dived through this field and I just kept coming back to Porter as being my on-top selection here. Had 4 runs in this campaign and all of them have been pretty good. Gets Lane aboard here from the O'Brien stable, but I thought its form's pretty good and it's pretty consistent at the moment. So its most recent start was favourite, one be around 3 lengths at Sale, and that was a pretty good win there, carrying 60 kgs over this distance. Before that, wasn't that far behind a horse that was and has been going really well in Keep You Cool. So I think this horse goes well at this distance and is going well at the moment. So I think it can run well, and I've got it on top.
I've gone looking a bit for inside gates here with a bit of the fear of that rail being the place to be, and that led me to come to Hola Amigos on top. Didn't have the clearest best of luck first up. It's unbeaten second up. It from gate 1 hopefully finds leaders back, and I think it can be in the finish here. And I thought the danger was Liberami from gate 2. We don't have a lot of form on a dry track, but I liked its resumption. That was up the straight. I think it's a 1,400 metre horse all over, and I think it should. It will definitely improve here. It is looks a big animal, so maybe gate 2 is not ideal for it, but I think it can run well enough. So that were the 2 I was kicking off the day with here. The second is another benchmark 70, this time out to the mile, and I was keen on Revelare last week. Was saved from the wet for this, and assumed because it wanted the good track, it finds a lead here. And I'm keen again. I actually, though, have a bit more opinion of the opposition in this race, so I'm a little bit more nervous. But I've put on top with a bit of confidence, but I'm scared of Sir Atlas, who also comes here, will make it the danger off a lovely jump-out win, now third up at 1,400 metres. I think Steal the Sun will run well as it always does. But yeah, Revelare, horse on the up. I think this can go to better races. What have you made of it?
Yeah, look, gone back and looked at its last 2 runs after you were super keen last week, and yeah, I think you're right. Looks like it is a horse on the way up, and look, I think this is probably a better field or an easier field that it's meeting this time compared to last weekend on the better track with the right draw. You're pretty keen it'll go close.
Very good. The first of the features is the Blue Diamond preview for the boys. Over 1,000 metres, 2-year-olds here. I'll be honest, I don't think the Golden Slipper or the Blue Diamond winner is in this field, but have you found the winner, though?
Look, tricky race. There's a few first starters here that have shown plenty of potential. I am going for the resuming horse from the Hayes stable in Shining Smile. Its first preparation was really good here. It's trialled well for this. I think it'd be hard to beat. I got it on top, but super scared of Redders
Mm.
from the O'Brien stable. Got good breeding. Comes the dam being highly geared. It's a good horse, and look, I reckon this horse could run well, very well, and is a horse that I'd have a bit of a watch on. So, Shining Smile on top, Red is hardest to beat. But yeah, some of the other first starters, who knows?
I put Raiders on top. I love the jump outs. I thought they were very tidy, both of them. And you've mentioned everything else out of a talented mare. Looks to have pace. Outside gate, I think, gets across. And if that's the place to be, that rail can go very close. I thought Shining Smile, I understand the price and understand its starting favourite. Did some okay stuff in that first prep. The fourth is the girls' version, the fillies 2-year-old 1,000-metre Group 3 Blue Diamond Preview. Probably the race of the day. I think this could turn out to be a very good race because all the way down here, I think there are some nice fillies. I'm going to go with Wiltshire Square on top. I've just got a feeling this might turn out to be one of those fillies that fills out and just comes on and grows in its little break that it's had over the summer. And it comes back this way from the Maillard, gets a nice enough run, and the debut was good. I think it just comes on. I've just got a feeling it's going to really spring into this prep and be ready to go. It's on top. My Gladiola, the Danger, really, really lovely trials, gets a nice gate, and I could go down here and talk about some of the other good trials as well, but they're the main two for me. I think Palm Angel Leeds will make it next best. Who have you found here? An interesting race.
Yeah, it is an interesting race. I come up with two. I'm going for my Gladiola as my on topper here, first starter, but again, like the breeding, I am invincible out of Villa Verde, so I think bred well to go first, get a quick first up. So a nice little filly, this one. Both jump outs have been very smart. I think it can run really well. So keen it can run a good race. And I thought the resuming price tag from the Freedman stable, certainly one to watch here. First two starts back in its last campaign, there was a lot to like about it. Gets the inside draw here, and I think it's one to watch as well.
Beautiful. One to watch for down the road, Mystery and Drama. That was, I think, it's the first filly out of Unforgotten, one that Yulong spent a lot of money on. I think there'll be some intent there. Well bred one, but possibly wanting further, or possibly even a 3-year-old. The fifth race of the card, is the WJ Adams Stakes, 1,000-metre listed race. Do you want to tip your girlfriend here?
Yeah, I'm going Fickle.
Oh, are you? Okay. I thought you gave Miss Chrissy.
No, going
Okay.
Fickle. Just flying at the moment. I was a bit disappointed Miss Chrissy last start, to be honest. No, Fickle, I think this just suits 1,000 metres gate 2. It's going to jump on the bunny here with 54. It's going to take some catching, and I think everything here is in its favour. Miss Chrissy, obviously the main danger. Both runs have been good. I just maybe second up just wasn't as good as what I thought it would be. Was only half a length off Ashford Street, but Ashford Street's not a horse that I'm a big fan of. But it has been given a few weeks off before this. Look, I wouldn't rule it out, but it's a pretty tight market: 250, 330, 340. Not a lot of value there, but I got Fickle on top.
My concern for Fickle was Philosopher's going to burn over and put a lot of pressure on it if it tries to lead, which just led me to flip it and put Miss Chrissy on top. And it's a horse, to be honest, I don't particularly like at all. But just the pace setup, I think it's going to hit the line well enough to be in a finish here. I think Fickle's got a harder job going up in grade again at the short price, but it may well do it because it's jumped every hurdle so far. The sixth is a benchmark 78, 2,100 metres here, and I ended up finding the lightly raced ones down the bottom here without a great deal of confidence, but I really liked the Doctor of Love's win last time out. I know it was just a maiden, but it ate up the ground over the 2,000 at Flemington, hit the line well, gets a claim, so we're coming in here on about 52, I believe, 53 or 52. Uh,
52.
and with 52, if Jet can ride that, we just gets a nice enough run here and is on the up from Inevitable Award, sort of same. And I will have something on. I did think Kings Valley was unlucky last time out, but Dictionary beat at home and it's 30-1. So I just back that horse all the time, and generally it'll run me a place. So that'll be the only other horse I'll mention for now. Interesting racing. Look, I think it's more of a midweek race, but I think some of these will go on to win races this prep, Beaver.
Yeah, look, I've gone for number 10, Inevitable Award. Third up
Shocker.
here.
Shock me.
What's that?
I said that's a shocker. I nearly did an alarm for Pruska down there.
Yeah, come on, mate. He's a good trainer.
He's a very good trainer.
And this horse is going really well. It was a good win last start at Flemington. Over the 1800, I think up to the 2100 here suits. And I think, the 54.5 is a little bit down on the way, but it's only lightly raced. And look, it's set to run a big race here. So I've got it on top. I didn't find too many dangers. I thought the $6 was a pretty good bet.
Beauty. The quaddie kicks off with a mile benchmark 84. Who do you like? Because I don't like this favourite.
No, I didn't like the favourite either. I like the second favourite, Smoking Princess. That was a really good win last start, and it's been going very well prior to that. Just like the way it sort of sat where it did. It got to the lead a bit early, but it just kept going and kicking at Flemington, and it was chased by some decent horses there. So look, I think with this draw, Gate 9 just needs to try and get into the running line somewhere, maybe sixth, pull out, and might be a bit too sneaky and too sharp for some of these in such a small field. So pretty keen it'll run very well.
I'm with you because, this favourite, it always starts in the market and just never gets the job done. So from the outside gate, I'll tell you what, it was weird seeing Jay Mellum in the form guide. The former Jamie Carr, now Jay Mellum. All the best to her and Ben. But
I didn't even pick that up.
yeah, no, it was weird this afternoon. It took me a second, but yeah, she's now Jamie Mellum officially. So congratulations to them. Yeah, Smoking Princess. I think it's honest. I think it. You've said it. I think it can get the job done here. I would have liked Far Flung more, but I don't like Gate 1 for it. I think it could end up 3 back and in a little bit of traffic. The 8th is a listed race, 1,400 metres. Not much to it. I'm going to put Chalton Lane on top. Probably should have won last start, I think, with even luck there. I hope they don't stuff around from the inside gate, though. It's who is it? Shane Foley, the Irish bloke. On top, if he has some intent and pushes forward, look, at least Buffalo River will run him along, so I don't think there'll be any traffic issues. It goes on top from Aztec Ruler, who is a 1,400 metre specialist, who was very good coming over from Ascot and resuming just short of its best. Will make it the danger. Not much guts to this race, is there, Beaver?
Not much guts to this race at all. I've got Chalton Lane on top as well. You're right, it probably should have almost won the start before that, has since come and trialled very nicely. So I've got it on top. It's going to be very, very hard to beat. Main danger of the top weight, Just Folk. Also trialled nicely after a good first up run. Not far behind Here to Shock. That was pretty good. Has shown ability in the past, getting on in age a bit now, but still got a bit of ability. So keep an eye out for Hit, but Chalton Lane on top for me.
Well, it found Nash last prep and found a new lease on life, didn't it, Just Folk? So brings out it's definitely in the game. I guess the other feature on the card is the Group 3 1,200 metre Manfred Stakes for the 3-year-olds. And as I said, this could be the other good form race going forward. Who have you come up with in this, though?
Yeah, geez, this is a tough race,
Very
tough
tough
race here. I'm going for one resuming here, number 3, Another Profit.
Yes. Gosh, the trials
from
were
the
very
Master
good.
Level. You watched the trial?
Yeah, it was outstanding.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all, I thought. So I've got it on top. I think it can run really well and is forward enough to run well in this race. Again, another that showed a fair bit of ability back last preparation. So I thought pretty keen it can run well. I thought Judicial was another one worth keeping an eye on. Third up as well from the Moody Coleman stable. It was a nice little win last start, and the start before that was only a couple of lengths behind Fickle over a little bit of a shorter journey, so out to when first up. So that'll be a good pointer for this race. So I thought it would run well, and even a horse like the outsider here, Kirribilli, another Moody Coleman horse, not without a chance.
I think Another Prophet is in for a great prep. Looking forward to seeing it resume here, and I thought about putting on top. I just have a feeling with Ma there'll be a grand final in a month's time that it will be aimed for, and this might just be a kickoff point. That said, I'm going for the stablemate Odinson, who I feel like this might be set up. 3 jump outs might be set up to try and pinch a sprint race early, because I don't think it's quite up to the top A+ grade. Whereas here it can resume. It can kick off. Got sent up to Doomben, had the spell up there in Queensland, I assume, where it dominated a race there before it went out. Comes here, rolls over, probably sits outside lead on Judicial, and $11. We'll find out. Scared of Another Prophet, and I think a horse like Royal Insignia is actually going somewhere, heading the right direction, and gets a nice gate. We'll put it in as a place chance. The last benchmark 74, and we'll come home with over the 1,200 metres. We'll come home with New York Lustre on top. Very nice win last time out. It was only a no metro win race from memory, but this is a nice next step for it. I think it's a talented horse. It can keep going. Main danger, Oak Park Rebel, who I think it's from your stable there. Yeah, Paulie's Pruska sent it over for a couple of nice runs in Adelaide. Comes back here to stalk. I'll probably have something on Carbonados, because I always do, because I'm a little bit mad. Yeah, what have you found?
Look, can't go away from the favourite here, New York Lustre. That was a very nice win for last start. Love the way it sort of sit, and it did have to do a bit of work and, sort of take the rest of the field up to it, and the way it went past it and just found the line. I thought that was really impressive, and I think it's a horse that's got plenty of potential. I just had it clear on top. I didn't see any dangers. Super hard to beat.
Happy days. Do you want to give us your quaddie, and then I assume you can tip that as your best when you get to that?
Yeah, thank you for that. So my quaddie in the race 7, which is the first leg, I've gone 4, 6, 8, and 10. In the second leg, I've gone 1, 2, 4. In the third leg, I'm going 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 10.
Cool.
And I'm finishing off with number 13 in the last straight out.
Wow, okay. Lovely. Is it your best, and what is your value?
It is my best. Race 10, number 13, New York Lustre, and my value is race 9, number 3, Another Prophet.
How about that? My best, race 10, number 13, New York Lustre. My value, race 9, number 2, Odinson. Give that Mars stable some strength. I know they need it. They're struggling. Let's head to Sydney for showusyourtips.net, where Randwick is in play. We're going to have a good track. We're going to have the rail in the 7-metre mark, which I think could suggest you might want to be up and off, so maybe running line, but not too far back, 1-1, maybe outside lead even might not be the worst spot for once here. But anyway, we'll see how that pans out. We kick off with a 1,000-metre handicap for the 2-year-olds. And again, there was some very good trialers. I don't have too much to go with against the market. I just thought the one that might be the biggest price here that I'll mention is Odaka down the bottom. I trialled quite well for the Chris Lee's yard. And it's about $19 in the market I'm looking at. Both trials were good. Finds a spot on the pace. Open Secret, another debutante who beat the Gym Crack winner, whose name just escapes me. Belle Mercy, was it? In its trial, I think it's got some ability as well. So the two at the price were there, but obviously scared of the, whatever it is, $1.8 million Coolmore Colt, and I thought the blue colours was good as well. But it's a bit of a watch and learn, so I'll just stab at those two a bit outside the market. What did you find?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with the number 2, blue colours, in Bawak. Is that
Bawak.
how you say it?
Close enough.
Bawak.
We'll go with that.
Sounds pretty good.
Baywak.
Like the way it's trolled.
Mm.
Thought that was pretty good. Out of Bivouac, Metasio. So I think yeah, it can really run well, and I've got it's clearly on top. But there's obviously a few horses here that have having their first start, so you've got to keep their eye on those. But particularly the Wallace stable, but Cummings in the first for me.
The second is a midway over the mile, benchmark 72 as per usual. Who have you come up with here?
Yeah, look, this is quite a tough race here, but I'm going for number 6, AN Province. That was unlucky not to win. First up over Wyong. The short straight didn't do it any favours. Just missed getting Magnet here. I think another bound and it wins. At $8.50, I think that's a great price. Randwick will suit the bigger track, 1,600 metres, and I got it on top. It'll run a nice race.
I've got Kingston Charm on top here. It's been up for a while, but hit the wet track a couple back, then went to Wyong in a Group 3. We went quite well behind, only a couple legs off Konasana. Back here, Zach Lloyd, who's at the peak of his powers, I guess you'd say. I've found him quite a bit for the weekend. And $13, put it on top. I think Direct Fire can run a place. Very honest, it'll sit outside. Magnetar, who I don't like here. And you mentioned my next best, which is Aux En Province. So, yeah, we'll go. But I do think Kingston Charm can present a nice value play there. The third is the 1,200 metre highway, Class 3 as always. Perhaps a very good highway. But do you want to need to sound the alarm?
Why not?
Sure, go for it.
Can't win?
No, it can win. No, it's fine. It's on top for me.
Yeah, no, I got clear thinking on top too. This is might be one of the better horses in the Surrey stable. Back off. Three starts, 3 wins, all pretty good wins. Last one at Randwick, where it sort of sat just back in the field and gave them a bit of a cold going past them. When it wasn't, didn't have the greatest of luck. Trialled nicely at Muswellbrook in return for this. Gate 13 has to probably just get a little bit of cover, and if it does so, I think it'll be right in the finish.
Yep. Main Danger Highway Strip cost itself the race first up, went away and trialled since. Gates the knock there. And old mate Supernor West will run well as he always does, leading with Tim Clark. Never a bad spot to be. Anything else? No. Vela Fox is a big price if it runs here. Just never got a crack at him last time out. But no, the market is right. The fourth, 2,000 metre benchmark, 88. And there may be some map issues for Unlimited, but I'm going to go with it on top. I think both runs his prep have been very good. Probably should have won at Wyong, where it had to loop the field. I think it may have to loop this field too, but it's not a very good field. It's on top from Monarch's Bray, who was kept at 1,500. I think 2,000 metre pushing forward now suits. Yeah, they're the two key hopes. Waller from Waller. I think I'm a bit scared of Zaphod now. I've gone against it, but didn't do a lot under pressure last time out. Anything for you, Beaver?
Yeah, look, probably a fairly inconsistent lot of horses here. Like they're there or thereabouts, but yeah, don't win out of turn. I've gone for a Jita, number 8. Thought the first up run was good enough to run well in something like this. Back from its spell, won by length in the heavy track, but has one on the good as well. And was 4th in a midway back in August. I think carrying 58 behind Prometo. So only got 52 on its back here. Is a big jumping grade, but this is not the toughest of races, I don't think. But it is a very open race, hence the market. Every horse here has probably got a reasonably decent chance. I had it on top, maybe claim the crown as the Main Danger.
The fifth is a mile benchmark 88. Don Diego de Vega, first up, second prep in Oz. It was revved right up in the trial. I don't know if that was a good or bad thing. What have you made of that?
Well, it's not unusual to get these types of horses to get them going in the trial, particularly when they're sort of first up over 1600, just to get a bit of fitness into the belts. This is an ordinary field. I think if it's going to have and show any ability in Australia, then it's got to be winning this. So I've got it on top. Not one of my most favourite jockeys on board, but nonetheless, I think it's still the one they've got to beat.
Yeah, it has to win this race. I thought at the end of the day, like I said, that the only thing I was thrown by was just how much they really pushed out in that trial. Form last prep, maybe not in hindsight is that great, but at the time it was good form, I thought, and I think it's going to be ready to go, try and get a kill and find something better. So it's on top, danger for victory because it crossed the line with Vega Magnificent last time out and probably should have beat it home in that race with even luck, and now drops a bit in weight. It'll run a race here. The 6 kicks off the quaddie, only 9 today, I assume because we've got Monday in play as well. 1,400 metres, what are we at here? Benchmark 72. Interesting race, given that all the lead up pretty much comes from Wyong and Canterbury, which made it a bit trickier. But I don't normally tip horses off Canterbury maiden wins, but I'm going to put Qatar's Choice on top. I thought that was a nice win. First time on top of the ground, and it smashed him. The trial was very good leading into that, and maps quite well here, according to the New South Wales maps. Anyway, 1-1, maybe a pair back running line. So it's on top from Imposant, who's building to win a race soon. And Point and Shoot's been very good this prep. Had no luck its last 2 and gets Tim Clark next best. I think it's got some ability, this freshie, but what have you made of this?
Yeah, look, tricky race here, to be really honest. No, I've gone for number 12, Punton from the Bjorn Baker stable. Been running it around at Nowra and Maruya, but they've been pretty soft wins. The latest was a very good win. Now brings it to town. Could be something sneaky going on here. So I thought around the $6.50 in this type of field, I thought it could run really well. And I did have Qatar's Choice as the main danger. So yeah, it's certainly can run well.
Beautiful. It's a scary horse, it is, because of all the stables in Sydney, Bjorn's one that will send him out to the bush for a kill when they've got some ability. Anyway, 7th is a benchmark 78, 1,200 metres. Who have you found?
Yeah, going for the top weight here in the favourite, Bonita Queen. I know it's got to carry 61.5, but I think first up had to come from, I think, a wide gate and had to do a lot of work at Wyong. Thankfully, it was the short straight and held on and won there, but carried 59. I think will have derived a lot of benefit from that. Gate 7 suits, and the minimum is still quite a hefty weight here, so it's probably only giving most of the field sort of 3 to 5 kilos. I think it'll be too good for these, and I've got it on top.
Same. Salisano, the danger, kept for the dry and gets a stalk on it. And anything else I want to mention? Not really. No, Bonita Queen. I thought. I know it had to work a little bit. I thought it still had something in hand when it won at Wyong. So likeable here. 2 horses I'll mention, not so much for this race, but I think Landwin is finally building to something. It might want a wet track, but it's been a weed prep, but it's about ready to go. And Hasty Honey will win second up, I reckon. If you look at its record, it's second up specialist. Not that the trials were good. Just throw them out there for the universe to take in wherever it wants. The 8th is a benchmark 78. Interesting race here, where I thought Noble Conqueror, also don't really like, is over the odds. It was a nice win first up, had a bit of luck, and then it missed the start and ran quite well behind Yorkshire. Third up, Peking, bit of a claim for Zach. I think double figures looks a decent price. I'm going to make Sandpaper the danger because, well, Bjorn might have a massive day again. The stable's on fire, and I'm just going to treat that first up win as face value that he's worked this horse out and going to get the best out of it, which we haven't seen for a while. Another one with some weight, but not too concerned. What have you thought, Beaver?
Yeah, look, tricky race here. Narrowed it down to two. I've gone for the top weight sandpaper, so I've gone for Bjorn again. I think that was a good win. Just got the split late last start and hit the line nicely. Again, another one that I think has been racing in pretty good company, only 3 lengths behind Barracuda. About 6 months ago. So got good form. Was a nice win at Wyong under the short straight, carrying 59. Goes up a couple of kilos here, but again, I think it can run well and suited by Randwick. Main danger, Invader Zim. Third up here, scratched from dual acceptor, scratched from another race to run in this one. And I think it can run well as well. So I do like both of those around the $4.60 mark.
Lovely. We're going to wrap up with a 1200 metre benchmark 78. Who are you coming home with?
Yeah, interesting race to finish the day. But I'm going to come home with number 4, Yiska,
Okay.
at a bit of value. I think it can sort of jump in front and give them something to chase here. Won well first up, and then last start had a wide gate and just got to the lead, but just couldn't hold on. And Disneck was the horse that beat it, who's flying at the moment. Has since trialled, nice little trial in prep for this behind Schwartz, who's a very, very good horse. I think it can run well, but with a watch on the number 11, Bjorn as well. Bjorn in the last, he's done hot too. That was a good resumption there at the sunny coast. Now comes back here. Only lightly raced, 5 starts, out of 2 darn hot. So I think he can run well as well.
Yeah, you might train a quaddie, Bjorn. The lead up, a lot of this will get the lead through sandpaper. A few of these chased it last time out. I'm going with Unstoppable on top. I think it's just chasing the line really well. I think it finds the right spot for Zach Lloyd, and still looks a decent enough price. You've interested me in Niska because it's a horse. I think I tipped it. I tipped it around well last start. And you're right, Disneck was flying then. So we'll elevate that to second, and Boston Rocks is going okay. It'll run its usual honest race. Quaddie at Randwick. What have we got here? First leg, let's go with 6 Code in Time, 8 Imposant, 9 Darling Downs, 11 Point and Shoot, 12 Punton, and 14 Qatar's Choice. Second leg, 1 Bonita Queen, 4 Salisano, 11 Hasty Honey. Third leg, 1 Sandpaper, 3 Headley Grange, 5 Noble Conqueror, 6 Invader Zim. And we'll come home with, we'll put Yiska in, 4 Yiska, 5 Unstoppable, 10 Step Aside, who'll just run into a place for us, and 11, he's done hot 2. $100 gets us about 26 and a bit percent. Trim it up as you see fit. My best on the card, race 5, number 2. I think Don Diego de Vega has to win that race if it's got some ability. And value, race 2, number 3, Kingston Charm. What have you got for us, Beaver?
Yeah, my best bet comes up in race 3, number 1, Clear Thinking. And my value bet is race 2, number 6, AN Province.
Beautiful. You got anything for us at Sunshine Coast?
I do have a couple of at the Sunshine Coast. Bit of value up there, to be honest. So hopefully, if I can get a winner or two, we'll do quite well up at the sunny coast. Race 4, number 1, Spywire. Got it on top. And then my other bets come up later in the day. I've just got to find them now. Race 7, number 10, Rimbard. About $7, Nisham Archibald Stable. Race 9, number 9, Black on Beauty, $10. And in the last race 10, number 6, Yet He Moves, $8.50.
I don't like that horse. Just a note.
You don't like it?
Only because I'm always on the wrong side of it. But fair enough.
That's right. I thought maybe.
Should we lose Aux En Province from Randwick, just to note, it has accepted at Newcastle 2, race 3, where it's about $2.50 for Jose Severo. So,
right.
so if he heads there, I think get on. I haven't had a look around the rest of Australia yet. If you had a look at Friday night, anything else, or are we moving on?
I haven't had a look yet.
No, we're early in the week. That's okay because we will put up something on showusyourtips.net. We'll start getting some midweek tips up there, an article. I'll do something for the Monday meeting, the long weekend meeting, whatever they call the Australia Day Monday, at Warwick Farm. I'll get something up for that as well throughout the weekend. Anything else, Beaver?
Nothing else from me, Matt. Ready and round to go for the weekend.
Happy days. Enjoy the Australia Day long weekend, guys. Good punting, and we'll be back next week. Take care. Talk soon.